Solo leveling isn't just another power fantasy. It redefined the genre, but behind its record-breaking success are details most fans miss. From the author's original plans to hidden symbolism in the shadows, here are the untold facts about solo leveling. This is why Jin-Woo desperately tried to stop Jin-Woo from going to the dungeon. This happened when an S-rank dungeon appeared in Japan, throwing the entire country into chaos. Desperate for help, Japan called for S-rank hunters from around the world. But let's be honest, not many were willing to risk their lives. With no other choice, Japan hired Yuri Orlov, believing he could hold the gate. It cost $3.6 billion, but they had no other option. Yet, despite their trust, Yuri Orlov failed. The dungeon break happened. Seeing the disaster unfold, Jin-Woo knew he had to go. He understood the true danger of what was coming. But just as he was about to leave, Jin-Woo stopped him. She was still shaken after everything that happened at her school. She had also seen Jin-Woo collapse for 3 days after defeating the architect. Jin-Woo comforted her, telling her that he wouldn't go. He didn't want her to worry. But he knew the truth, he had to go. Later that night, Jin-Woo returned to Jaina's room. He gently woke her up and told her the truth, he was leaving. Jin-Woo made sure she believed him, and even though he was far away, he would always protect her. Chairman Go Gunhee wasn't just Korea's greatest hunter, he was Jin-Woo's ultimate wingman, and here's why. After the Jeju Island raid, the media and public turned against Jin-Woo, blaming him for not joining sooner to minimize casualties against the Ant King. So what did he do? In the light novel, a scene we can't find in the manhwa, Go Gunhee took all the blame and responsibility for the decision. He claimed it was his call to delay Jin-Woo's deployment, sacrificing his own reputation to shield Jin-Woo from criticism. But that wasn't all. Go Gunhee respected Jin-Woo so deeply that he gave him complete freedom. For example, when Jin-Woo visited the Hunter Association's training ground with Cha Hai-in, Go Gunhee ordered the CCTV cameras turned off, assuming they had special reasons for being there. And in his final moment, he refused the elixir of life, content with having lived fully. His only words to Jin-Woo is, "Please continue to stand with humanity." One of the most poignant moments in the entire series. From taking the fall to his last selfless moment, Go Gunhee proved why he was Jin-Woo's most crucial ally. Did Jin-Woo become the world's strongest hunter after the Jeju Island raid? After single-handedly wiping out the entire ant colony and taking down the terrifying Ant King in a matter of seconds, it's easy to assume that Jin-Woo had already become the strongest hunter in the world. After all, the Ant King effortlessly eliminated Goto Ryuji, one of Japan's strongest hunters, without even going all out, and yet Jin-Woo crushed him with ease. This alone suggests that Jin-Woo had already reached the level of a national rank hunter, a title given to only the most powerful hunters, those whose strength exceeded even the highest S ranks. However, at this point in the story, Jin-Woo hadn't fully awakened his monarch abilities. Unlike the national rank hunters, who gained immense power through the blessings of the rulers, Jin-Woo was still in the process of unlocking his true potential. It wasn't until he confronted the architect, the mastermind behind the system, that Jin-Woo truly ascended beyond all limitations. That moment marked the true beginning of his reign as the strongest hunter in the world. Did you know this guy never learned from his previous mistakes? Let me explain with spoiler alert. We all know that Jin-Woo turned back time by using the Cup of Reincarnation and brought all of his human shadows back to life, including Huang Dong Su, the guy Jin-Woo killed, and turned into a shadow after he tried to harm Jin-Ho. But in the new timeline, Huang Dong Su didn't change at all. He didn't learn from his past and ended up becoming a criminal again. Not only that, he later became one of Itarim's apostles. This forced Sung Il-hwan, the grandfather of Sung Soo-ho, to kill him again. Later, Sung Soo-ho resurrected him as one of his own shadow soldiers. You all know there's a rank even higher than S-rank hunters. Yes, national level hunters. But are they really stronger than regular S-rank hunters? This title was born when a disaster struck the US. An S-rank dungeon, Kamish, appeared, a servant of the monarch of destruction and the king of dragons, Antares. Kamish emerged from the gate, slaughtering everything in his path. Hunters, cities, the entire west coast. Even the world's strongest S-rank hunters fell before him. These 5 were officially named national level hunters, the strongest level of hunters in the world, until Jin-Woo come. Did you know what happened to him after the new timeline? Spoiler alert. Iron was one of the people Jin-Woo turned into a shadow after he died. But what happens if a person that Jin-Woo made into a shadow meets him again after Jin-Woo rewound time using the Cup of Reincarnation? This happened when Jin-Woo was participating in the National High School Athletics competition. There, he met Iron, or in his human form, Kim Chul. Long story short, they came face to face. When Kim Chul saw Jin-Woo, he suddenly felt something overwhelming, a powerful pressure, a pressure that made him feel like kneeling before Jin-Woo. And at that moment, Jin-Woo was just a fellow student, the same age as Kim Chul. Confused and frustrated, Kim Chul grabbed Jin-Woo by the collar and asked if he was looking down on him just because they were both wearing school uniforms. But Jin-Woo didn't do anything. Suddenly, Kim Chul's knees gave out and he dropped to the ground, kneeling. And here's what happened next. What if the most terrifying enemy Jin-Woo ever faced became his most loyal warrior? Beru is not just one of Jin-Woo's strongest shadow soldiers, he is also the most brutal and loyal. Compared to the other shadows, Beru possesses several traits that make him truly special. As the former Ant King, Beru was already incredibly powerful even before becoming Jin-Woo's shadow. His speed was exceptional, his reflexes were nearly instant, and his strength could rival the best S-rank hunters. After being resurrected as a shadow soldier, his abilities increased drastically, allowing him to fight enemies far stronger than he was before. Beru also possesses the ability to speak, something extremely rare among Jin-Woo's shadows. This makes him more intelligent and expressive than the others, often showing pride in Jin-Woo while also displaying fear whenever he makes a mistake. Many fans wonder, is Beru the strongest shadow soldier? In terms of raw power, he is certainly one of the most dominant, but there's also Igris, whose swordsmanship is unmatched. If Beru and Igris were to fight, who do you think would win? Let me know in the comments. Did you notice these heartbreaking changes in Solo Leveling's anime? If you've been following the Solo Leveling anime, you might have noticed that certain key scenes play out differently compared to the manhwa. And one of the biggest changes happens during the heartbreaking moment when Cha Hae-in is on the brink of death. In the anime, we see Jin-Woo desperately trying everything to save her. But interestingly, many of these efforts didn't exist in the original manhwa. One major addition is the Holy Water of Life, a miraculous item Jin-Woo tries to use in hopes of healing Cha Hae-in. This was never in the manhwa, making it a brand new element that adds even more depth to Jin-Woo's struggle. Another significant change is Min Byung-goo's role in the scene. In the manhwa, Jin-Woo takes the initiative to use his necromancer abilities to arise Byung-goo, hoping his healing powers can save Cha Hae-in. But in the anime, Byung-goo himself appears before Jin-Woo, whispering to him and suggesting that he use his abilities. This subtle shift makes Byung-goo's character feel more present, warm, and impactful, as if he is personally guiding Jin-Woo one last time. These changes don't just add drama, they enhance the emotional weight of the moment, making Jin-Woo's desperation and Byung-goo's final gesture even more powerful. Who has the cutest bond with Jin-Woo? Let's rank them. Coming in at number 3, Gina, Jin-Woo's younger sister. Their sibling bond is simply heartwarming. No matter how powerful Jin-Woo becomes, to Gina, he's still just her overprotective big brother. And despite everything, their dynamic remains so natural and relatable, making their moments together even more endearing. At number 2, Cha Hae-in. Their relationship is a mix of romance and pure sweetness. From the moment they met, she was drawn to him by his unique scent, and over time, their connection deepened into something beautiful. What makes their bond so adorable is how Jin-Woo is completely oblivious to her feelings at first, leading to some hilariously awkward moments. But through it all, her unwavering love for him makes their relationship truly special. And finally, the number 1 cutest bond, Jin-Woo and Beru. In terms of love and loyalty, even Cha Hae-in can't compete with Beru's devotion. He worships Jin-Woo, willing to risk everything for him in battle. But what truly makes their bond so heartwarming is Beru's childlike admiration, especially when he starts calling Jin-Woo "Your Majesty" after watching a Korean drama. His over-the-top expressions and endless loyalty make this relationship the cutest of them all. Did you know Jin-Woo's biggest decision came at a devastating cost? After winning the Great Monarch War by defeating Antares, Jin-Woo was granted a single wish by the rulers. Without hesitation, he chose to rewind time by 10 years, using the Cup of Reincarnation to bring back his lost loved ones. But with such a powerful decision came an irreversible consequence. Jin-Woo asked what would happen to his shadow soldiers in this new timeline, and the answer was heartbreaking. Any shadow that overlapped with its past human self would cease to exist, and among his strongest soldiers, 2 of them were doomed to disappear. The first was Iron. In his past life, he was Kim Chul, whom Jin-Woo had slain during the Red Gate incident. Since Kim Chul was alive again in this timeline, Iron could no longer exist. The second was Greed, formerly known as Huang Dong Su. With the timeline reset, the man who became Greed still lived, meaning this powerful shadow was also erased from existence. Jin-Woo had restored the world and saved those dearest to him, but in doing so, he lost 2 of his most loyal warriors forever. Why was Bellion introduced so late in the story? Unlike Beru and Igris, who were introduced much earlier, Bellion was nowhere to be seen. Despite being one of Ashbourne's most loyal and powerful warriors, we never got a single hint about him throughout the story. Then suddenly, he appeared leading Ashbourne's army and pledging loyalty to Jin-Woo, the new Shadow Monarch. So why did it take so long for Bellion and the Shadow Army to be introduced? One possible reason? It took time for such a massive army to cross the dimensional rift. And once they were introduced, they immediately swore loyalty to Ashbourne's successor. This was a smart move. After Jin-Woo defeated the monarchs and proved himself as Ashbourne's worthy successor, it made perfect sense for Bellion and Ashbourne's original army to bow and swear loyalty to him. Did you know this hidden story makes Shimizu's death even more heartbreaking? Many fans remember Shimizu Akari as the Japanese S-rank hunter who fell to the Ant King during the Jeju Island raid. But what if I told you her death carries an even deeper tragedy? 2 years before her final battle, Akari attended a festival with her younger sister Himari. It was supposed to be a joyful day, until a dungeon break turned the celebration into chaos. In a desperate moment, Akari awakened as an S-rank hunter, saving countless lives. But this awakening came at a terrible cost. Himari, who had been right by her side, began showing early signs of eternal slumber, a mysterious condition that slowly stole her consciousness. Before leaving for Jeju Island, Himari asked her sister one simple question: "You'll be here for my next birthday, right?" Akari smiled and promised she would return safely. But fate had other plans. One sister fell in battle, and the other slipped into an endless sleep. A tragic promise never fulfilled. Now, knowing this hidden backstory, doesn't her death hit even harder?